Hey there, Michael André Ford in Texas, your American Angel Intuitive. I help people just let go of what they know, get out of the brain long enough to get to their heart. Everyone's got a big, sparkly heart, even if you haven't used it in decades. Two, do what? Connect to the universe, no boundaries, no barriers. That just means no thinking, pure listening, pure feeling, full on seeing with the universe. Loving figures, angels, spirit guides, your relatives, light beings, fairies. A jinn is East Asian mysticism. Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha. It's 175 plus figures, much more than that, actually, if you start counting everybody's guardian angels and so on. This is big. It's something I've been doing for 12 years. It keeps expanding. The name, the roll call of who's available keeps expanding. I didn't do Ram Dass a year ago or Thich Nhat Hanh a year ago, but they're part of the crew and available for folks to see. Um, you don't have to be a spiritual veteran, even use the word spirituality to just do this. In fact, probably the less you know, if you're not part of any spiritual community or any spiritual practice, you're probably actually stronger in the force, more skilled at actually listening, feeling, and seeing than the entire spiritual landscape out there or spiritual industry. That it's probably an over generalization there. I think it really just depends on what day you catch someone. Somebody who's complex one day can be totally interesting and fun and open and loving the next, and then they can go back to being complex again. Complexity is up here, love is down here, or unlove, love. Awareness, not paying attention to how it is in the universe, the bigger reality. Um, Unconsciousness, consciousness. Again, awareness, fun, inspiration, creativity, and then limits, time, rejecting fear. Most of everything up here is fear-based. Not everything, but just about. If your thinking drops into your heart, then it's creativity, inspiration, and the rest. Then it's love. You're not getting rid of thinking anytime soon, so I'm sorry about that. That's just the way it is. It's not in the cards for humans to do less, get rid of thinking altogether. You can do less thinking. I'll quote an angel named Charlotte who said 7% less thinking a day, a week, a month is the Olympic gold medal for all of us. So if you could just view it as an hour and a half a day, checking out of what you know, my problem is, my situation is, my drama is, I'm feeling stuck, and so on. Find a way to get to your heart. Water is a great way to go. Nature, athletics, taking a nap, reading a book. You get the idea. There's a million ways into your heart. There's 40 million reasons why you can't and why you're stuck. I'll blow you some sage right now. If you can picture no limits, limits. So you got to get out of your brain. I have one bit of ruler structure I've been using all these years. Make a request to the universe if you don't mind addressing angels. Just be like, hey, angels, help me get out of my head into my heart to have a good time right now. Help me smell the sage Michael's about to light in Texas and waft through two screens. Help me smell the sage. Thank you, amen, rock and roll, Om Sai Ram. Depends which way you roll, which culture you're a part of, which country. It doesn't matter if this is 2028 and you're watching this. I'm in 2024 right now in April. I'm lighting some sage. You can catch it. Time and space is really a human thing, has to do with the mind. We're super limited in our knowing as a species right now, where it's why we're doing so much war, pollution, wasting our energy daily with so much thinking and so much scientific this, scientific that. I think you'll find there's a lot of dispute going on right now. It's just a lot of ideology going on. A lot of people will want to tell you how it is, control you, and stuff like that. I'm just here to remind you that you get to do your own decision making. You have free will. Do not let others dictate your well-being and so on. Don't listen to a thing I say, but I help deliver a direct experience where you get to see the light of the universe around you, on you, your light. You can see your light on your hands flowing between you and another, on your dog, on the trees. It's just consciousness. If you really wanted to, you could see the light off the smoke or the sage. Right now, let's just settle for smelling some sage, but why not ask angels to make this sage plus some flowers you haven't smelled in a long time? Red-tailed hawk feather, I'm just going to waft it to you. I'll tell you one dad joke, because if you're laughing at my dad joke, it means you got out of your brain long enough to laugh. You can't fake a laugh, generally speaking. Most of us can't. If you're laughing, it means you're in your heart, which means you're open and receptive. So Santa's reindeer, Blitzen, Dancer, just those two. Why do they drink so much coffee? Blitzen and Dancer. Because they're Santa's Starbucks. Where in a hospital is the worst place to play hide and seek? Where? In the ICU. Now, if you're laughing, avoid the egoic response of, oh, what a bad joke and all the rest. You're looking away. Your body knows what to do. Your heart knows what to do. But who's been in the driver's seat ever since you were like, a kid turning into an adult? It's been your ego. Your ego just wants to keep you locked down with fixed situations. You know what you know about politics. That candidate is bad. This state, whether it's California, Idaho, New Mexico, Vermont, Texas, it's bad. This person's bad. That group is bad. Where you're putting your focus is where you're putting your focus. You have more control over that than anything else. It's what they say in Eat, Pray, Love. You can choose what to wear and you can choose what thoughts you carry. Each thought is like an energy field. It's your thinking is like gloves you put on your hand, and you have two choices with those gloves. You can slap someone or you can hug them. And so very few of us pay attention to the energy that we're generating or how we're flowing it day to day. And we wonder why we get sick. We wonder why we feel stuck. We wonder why we're unhappy. And I'll flip that whole pancake and say it a different way. You can be happy now in this very moment for no reason whatsoever. And that's what angels have said. I believe it to be true. You don't have to have external reasons. You don't have to have won the lottery to be happy in this very moment. You don't have to have the love of your life to be happy in this moment. You don't have to have had the bills paid or that big job promotion to be happy in this moment. So if you can agree to the concept that you have the power to maybe be happy in this very moment, why aren't you? More importantly, why is everyone else ignoring this as well? Why are we so miserable? Why are we creating so much stress for ourselves and others? Why are we engaging in so much fear, stress, worry, rejecting, reacting, all the things that go on from the neck up? Because we have an ego and we do a lot of human thinking. And humans don't have a great track record for how they treat themselves. And I mean, me versus me, I judge myself. I go on a run, it takes me 2 miles just to let go of my personal daily drama. And I know others out there have guilt, fear, worry, lack. They feel like they're, not adequate in some way. Then life happens. We've got trauma, death, car accidents. We lost our job. This happened to me. That happened to me. What we fail to realize is how big life is, that love is the fabric of the universe. Love is a constant. You can be happy in this very moment for no reason whatsoever. I'm not even talking angels helping you out. I'm not talking Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, Gandhi, Vishnu, Krishna, Ganesh, Shiva, Don't Life Richard, Geronimo, White Buffalo, Calf Woman, any of those figures. I'm just talking the basic dynamic of the human psyche is to stick with pure humanity type knowledge, which is a very limiting experience. It's not in alignment with the universe. The universe is far bigger than our knowing. Most of our knowing precludes possibility. It doesn't allow up top, the brain, the psyche doesn't allow you to see those energy flows that are just constantly going on in and around you. You can see that light flowing everywhere. It's the Hindu chakras. It's the force from Star Wars. Why does Yoda give the speech in almost every time he shows up in these movies and the smaller series? Why does he say it's in you and around you? It's the force from Star Wars. It's love. It's consciousness, as Joseph Campbell said in The Power of Myth with Bill Moyers. You can meet Joe. He got an A+ for his life path. He didn't meet angels. So you can get an A+ on your path in life. You don't have to meet angels if you don't want to. But you can ask the universe to help you one way. You're already operating at the one-way level. You shoot out a request to the universe. You curse this person. You curse that person. You get upset at yourself. You don't give yourself a break. You don't show much love. And you might think there are no consequences to that. You're responsible for all your decisions, for your energy flows. The sooner you recognize what this looks like, what this feels like, what this is truly about, the sooner you can get back to living a more peaceful existence, walking a smoother path. Once you really understand what awareness is about, consciousness, love, harmony, the interconnectedness of all, just doing things in a more cost-effective, energy-efficient way. As soon as you recognize what a waste ego is and what a waste of energy thinking is, for the most part, you can start to pay attention more and actually, again, do things a little more smoothly. And once you get that sorted, you're ready to discover your unique life path. Even if you're 70 years old and seeing this, 80 years old, it's never too late to begin living again. Um, Angels are here to help you with that. They can help define your life path. They can alter your life path. They're pure unconditional love or light figures. One angel named Dale, who coached a multi-Olympic gold medal athlete, recently said he's from Andromeda. So that kind of throws a holy hand grenade into the topic of angels. I'll just stick to the angels nomenclature for now. Unconditional love beings of all shapes, sizes, and colors, just here to assist. They live within you and around you. I think we could translate that now to interdimensional. But they can full on show up as humans, whether you're just seeing them here out your window, but I mean also full on human. You go out and about in town, you're shopping, and a sparkly eyed stranger says the nicest thing in the world to you, holds the door open to you. And then they add something that only you could know. It was from the conversation at the dinner table the night before. It was that movie line you were reciting last week. They repeat it to you. And I mean, they have no limits. They are not here to interfere. I'm going to take a stab at that. You're getting the theory or the thinking or the way I'd view this is every moment is perfectly suited to you. To kind of quote Seneca, you can meet him. You can meet Plato, Marcus Aurelius, Einstein, Gandhi, and so on. Every moment is perfectly suited for you. In life, you're getting everything exactly as you need it right now. And what could be better? And what could be better than the opportunity to learn for yourself, to get your own experience? Every single moment in life, you're getting your own experience right now. Now, most of us would be like, whoa, slow your roll, slow those horses. I am experiencing so much pain, suffering, this dilemma, my health condition. I just lost two relatives. I'm in such pain. How could this be good for me? And everything is reminding you or pointing in the same direction, back to your heart, back to more love, back to the flow of the universe. If I could talk to people who have lost their relatives, there's entire groups dedicated to sharing the experience of having lost a loved one. They're with you. You can see them. You can talk with them. Most of them are very reconciled, totally reconciled and available. And you have to have that chat directly with angels. See angels first, talk to angels, get hugs from angels. You can get all your burdensome thinking lifted off of you. That's sometimes some crying, at least a teary or a little bit of leakage here. Sometimes a lot of yawning. It just depends on each person, but you can feel lighter immediately. Humans are really good at making bricks. Our thinking, our thoughts are like actual bricks. The Acme Brick Company is up here. We manufacture bricks all the time. Put on the news, you've just generated 5 bricks in the way that you're reacting to each story. The story about the break-in, the story about the murder, the story about inflation, the story about this. We generate bricks all the time, and we use those bricks to build walls. The walls close us off from life. They close us off from compassion. They close us off from more love. Love is love. Everything else tends to be details. We tend as humans to love details, to persecute others over those details, and to especially wipe ourselves out over those very details. It's the opportunity for growth is to hit the heart button more. Pretend you're just one big button here. The more you hit it, the more you're loved, the more you breathe, the more you smile, the more you sparkle, the more you're connected to your higher self. You can see your higher self out the window as a soul, if you want to prefer to use that language. It'll look like an aurora borealis for you. Everyone's got different colors. I don't try to predict it. I try to stay out of everything. Again, I don't see people's questions. I don't see their answers. If they're getting their answers in Japanese and they want to tell me that they got their answers in Japanese afterwards, great. So it's all languages, all dialects. And again, you hear everything just the way you have to hear it to be excited. Angels know how to reach you just the right way. I'm talking that it's that big. And I'm also trying to remind you that you have all the skills of a ninja, all the skills of an inner fearless, peaceful warrior, an Olympian. You are an Olympian. And this is not, so you don't have to be an Olympian in terms of this, the skills required to let go, to be in the moment. You're doing it all day long. When you flip a light switch, you don't doubt it at all. You just perform action with no thought. That's the degree of difficulty that I'm talking about all of this. All day long, you're performing tasks, emptying a dishwasher, washing the dishes, happily so. You do stuff with no thought, but your brain, your psyche, The mean part of you, the judging side of you, the part of you that won't relinquish control so you could actually breathe easier and just be happy for no reason. The part of you that has a clipboard and pen says, I'm not worthy, or I did this too much this way. He's full of it today. I'm not listening anymore. Whoever has that pen and clipboard, just add the title senior or Mr. or Mrs. or Miss in front of that name. If your first name is Sarah, it's the Mrs. Sarah or the Miss Sarah. That's your ego. Your ego's here to just keep you boxed up and not to have a lot of fun in life, not to expand, and certainly not to learn anything new. You can simply start walking an easier, smoother path anytime you choose. You could totally change careers. Nothing stopping you, no government, no organization. You don't have to take a class at this institute. You don't have to listen to anybody else. You don't have to listen to me in the slightest. I would recommend you hook up with the universe, talk to angels, listen to Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, listen to Plato, Seneca. Any one figure could get you all your answers, get you a lot of hugs, and kind of get you marching off in the right direction. What it is we've all forgotten. Let's say it a different way. This is about, remember to remember, if you can remember to remember when you remember. Remember what? That you have a huge heart. You have no limits. You can, again, have any answers to any questions, anything that you think's happening to you. And I love that expression, life events don't happen to you, they happen for you. So let me try to show it a different way. You're just this huge flow of energy. If you could see when you're being negative, judgy, basically a jerk to other people or yourself, if you could only see that, like, I won't even call it light, that unconsciousness, that unlove, you would recoil versus what it looks like when you're loved to a dog, to a neighbor, to the trees. You see a beautiful bird fly by you haven't seen in years, and you have a moment in nature, just a hot shower. There's a million ways to be happy down here, to connect to everything. If you could see the light flowing, which you can, I think very quickly most of us would clean up our act pretty quickly. We'd stop wasting so much energy. I think if we did a little bit more listening combined with all that, there'd be less conflict on the planet in any given situation, at the country level, at the society level, at the state or regional level, and then in our immediate circles. We'd probably be breathing easier each day. And the good news is, why wait? You can start breathing easier anytime you want. Start just taking breaths. The meditation, mindfulness communities are still there. They can show you. Thich Nhat Hanh, you can meet him. You can see him. Pieces Every Step is his book. Wouldn't you rather read the book, buy the book, always go take all these experts' classes and everything else, but wouldn't you rather just chat with them directly? Have them give you a mudra. Have them give you a mantra. Say it with them. Have your vibe go off the chart. Get that healing, get your answers. Your answers are only going to be good for 2 days, 2 months, and then you're going to want a whole new set of answers. Welcome to being human. I guess what I'm trying to say is this isn't about words. This is about beyond words. And there's that publishing house that is pretty awesome, Beyond Words Publishing. It's about beyond words because it's all about here. You're not limited by words. You're not limited by any rules, rituals, dogma. There's no one way to do this. Letting go is letting go. Great way to let go. That said, I do have one specific rule or bit of structure and nothing else. Okay, maybe 2 or more, 3 more things. But here's the one rule. Just address angels, let them do their jobs. Hey, angels, get me out of my head, into my heart. Let me make this the best cup of tea in the world. Thank you. Let me play my best soccer game ever. Thank you. Let me enjoy my walk. Let me get a great night's sleep. Thank you. Just, can you help me out generically to open up more, to experience more? Thank you. Om Sai Ram, amen, rock and roll, however you need to sign it off. Set your intent, give them some tasks, let them do their jobs. Now, unofficially, I'd say breathe more through your mouth. Don't tighten up. Don't do it that way. Breathe through your mouth. Don't cross your legs. Don't cross your hands. Don't be resistant like a dog who doesn't want to go for a walk. And then also, I'd say have pen and paper around. I usually go more formal for people getting answers. The record's 49 pages in 9 hours. I just check in every 2 hours. I no longer see your questions or your answers. You get it all done yourself. You do your own listening. What do you think half your intuition's been to date throughout your life? It sounds like your voice. It sounds like you. I think you would completely freak out if it was God, Jesus, Mary, all these figures you can meet and hear. If you're in the middle of a golf tournament, I love this example, you would shank the ball. It would blow your tournament. You'd probably quit the tournament to say, what the heck just happened? I heard Aunt Martha, who's been passed away for 20 years. I just heard Jesus. I just heard Archangel Michael. I just heard Elvis. I just heard Seneca. I just heard Gandhi, Mother Teresa. I'm freaking out. Love is the constant. And I've heard a lot of complaints over the last decade or so about how society is, this group, what we're missing, the US government this, the US government that. I don't hear unconditional love very often. I don't hear be kind. For everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle than yourself. That's Plato. You can meet Plato, no hugs from him. They're sweaty. Let me just go ahead and show you my flow of energy. This is just going to look like a little film and a light between my fingers, red, yellow, green, 15 colors at once, rainbow light. If it's clear, it's clear, that's cool. But if any part of it's gray, you see a purple, a green, a blue, and a gray filaments of light. The gray is like a blanket. Take a breath, stretch, relax, give yourself a break. The blanket will pop off and you'll see fuchsia or yellow underneath. You'll get a new color. The blanket goes away. It's just, hey, we're doing thinking at like 19 different levels up here all the time. And the heart just knows what to do. The heart is already a professional surfer. The heart is a professional golfer. The heart is the author of your future book. The heart is you shining, smiling, walking down the street, feeling like $1 million with no cares or concerns, wishing a complete stranger hello. Now, whether you were doing that already 20 years ago, 10 years ago, last week, but you've since forgotten, humans forget everything. We ebb and flow. Tuesday and Wednesday, you were on cloud 9, you met some angels, you just let go and just trusted that life was really big. And then you got into a jam for the next 3 weeks and you didn't even have time to take a breath. That's the rat race. It ain't New York City. It ain't Citibank. It ain't this company or that company. And it is certainly not global climate change or worry about any of that stuff. It's actually not even up to humans to try to fix anything. Humans love to get more thinking generating over the fact that we have so much thinking generating. We can't allow for a single breath, relief from all this drama, negativity, waste of energy up here. Don't even try. Just figure out what this is. That's thinking. It's the neck up. And then this is you being in your heart. Let go. Let me show you your energy. They did this in Celestine Prophecy this way. In India, they do it this way. I just had a guy do it that way. And then see just light on his hands. You could see light on my fingertip. It doesn't matter which way you do it. Go look at your dog. See the light all over your dog. Go to the backyard. Look at the trees. Light consciousness is in everything. A lot of people from India will tell you this. Okay, here we go. I'll tell you how I got all my dad jokes. Back at university in South Africa, I double majored in cloning and hide and seek. I never finished the program. I had to take a year off to find myself. Okay, now that I've said that, what's the only flower found on the human face? Tulips. Somebody said iris the other day, so they had a good answer as well. See a little bit of light between my fingers? And you can repeat this against a blue sky, shut off TV, a black sweatshirt, a black folder. I'll do it again. I'll tell you a different dad joke. Bert and Ernie, Sesame Street. Bert offers Ernie ice cream. What's Ernie say? Sure, Bert. Just see a little filament of light between my fingers. But let's go crazy. Now, whether you did it or didn't do it, it really doesn't matter. You can go back to my website, go back to YouTube channel here. You can see a ball of light that's an angel flying by my South African guest, the one from Germany, Ronel Lonzer, when she was a guest on the APL Spotlight series just like a month ago. My South African guest in France, who was just on the regular APL show last week, you can see Heather fly by as a ball of light. I saw white light when that happened, but on the video, it just is kind of a dull white ball of light. Let's complain. She was just saying Casablanca, talking about our trip to Morocco, and seconds before an angel named Heather flew by. So I've got photos of angels, videos. It really doesn't matter. People can see directly. Full-on figures with or without wings, I try to make sure you do both. Once people have owned it individually, they can do it as a, jointly share the experience. They can do joint seeing, joint hearing, joint feeling. You can get any smells. So when I was blowing you the sage, go back and play it again. Ask for flowers on top of the sage. Lorna Byrne, the Irish angel mystic, said on air when I recorded her show, I think it was like August 7th last year in 2023. She said she didn't smell the sage when I lit it and blew it, but she got daisies and roses. Jennifer McLean, the 35-year healer who's been around forever, tons of books, tons of, has helped millions of people in 35 years. She got the sage and 3 different types of flowers. There's no limits. You can get sage, flowers, and ask for an ocean smell. You haven't been to Rehoboth Beach since you were a kid. You haven't been to Hawaii since you were a kid. You haven't been to that one special beach in the Azores or Seychelles or southern coast of Spain. You can get that ocean smell brought to you. No limits is no limits. Like, it doesn't have to be an external condition for you to experience the utmost joy right here, right now. You are not externally dependent, even though it seems like it. And I agree with you 100% if it all sounds crazy. You have to pay the bills. You're like, but what about? What about my career? What about that person? What about this? They did this to me. Whoa. And that's what I'm talking about is there's like a pinball machine up here with endless pinballs zipping around. And that's thinking, that's the brain. Humans don't even realize how limited they are. Look at science. Are any scientists going to slow down to listen to a light being, unconditional love, non-corporeal, energy-based life form who's just here to help? They could fill in your formula for you. They could answer all those eternal questions that humans have. How many years? I'm up to 12 or 13 years of repeating this. How many more years is it going to take to get the first 5 astrophysicists on board, or Lex Freeman, or whoever, podcast host somewhere who's got a big audience? And even if they do it and they're ecstatic, they're like, Michael, thank you so much. That was so special. I just saw 16 angels. I just got a hug from Einstein. I got the best mantra. I got my answers on my scientific problem. I just chatted with Jesus, Mary, Buddha, the Jinn, who's East Asian mysticism. Will they last? Will they 2 weeks from now be as grateful as they were then, or will their thinking have come in? That's your opportunity for growth is in each and every moment. What are you doing with what you've already got right now? Forget angels. Forget this whole thing. I got 101 testimonials. I did this at Omega Institute. Is Omega Institute paying attention to wanting to have angels in physical form on their property for people to see and chat with? Probably not. But that's okay. Down the road, I expect people to pay attention a lot more. This seems to be just a little ahead of the curve. And I'm sure the spiritual industry will catch up at some point. My point is, what are you allowing for now? Forget angels. Forget this whole how big the universe is. Forget love. Are you having enough fun right now? Are you paying the bills? Are you doing exactly what you want? Are you enjoying all the relationships you want to enjoy? Are you traveling enough? Are you going to Acapulco because that's always been your dream? Are you using that wave runner because you wanted to buy a wave runner because you have a body of water nearby and you wanted to have fun every single day getting out on the water? I don't know. Do you have a dog? Are you loving your dog as much as you could every single day? The answer is probably no. We're human. We put dumb limits in. We look at an iPhone more than I've got an iPhone around here somewhere. Over there, of course. One time I don't have an iPhone near me. We're all doing our iPhone way more than anything else that we could, should, or would really enjoy doing to experience more love. It's like gardening flowers at springtime. Are you really looking at all the wildflowers, or are you back to, the rat race, rinse, repeat, more rat race? How are you carving out time for yourself? It doesn't have to be some drastic change. You sell all your possessions, run off to India, do the ashram thing. It's 7% less thinking a day. That's it. So you have to figure out, you're the only one who can do any of your own figuring to figure this out. But back to the original, how I started this off. You can be happy now in this very moment for no reason whatsoever. Okay, so enough of this, like what it's about up here, what it's about here. You've got a little Listening to Angels book. It's $7.99 now. It was $4.99 for like 10 plus years. I think it was last year or beginning of this year. Angels said I could finally raise the price to $7.99. It's been a New York, not New York Times. It's been an Amazon #2 bestseller twice. Anita Morjani, who's a 3 times New York Times bestseller, endorsed it. It's written by angels. I saw balls of light as I was typing. If anybody on this planet thinks that I wrote it, there's no way, Jose, it was me. It's really good, eloquent, simple, compassionate language. It's probably a 20-minute read. The epilogue by Dale, I think, is on my website. It sums everything up really nicely. As soon as you start reading it, it's angel language. It's light. If you're in a really cranky mood, there's no way you can touch it. If you need a pick-me-up, go read this stuff. There's people who have read it daily because it's very inspirational. Again, there's no way I wrote it. I just was hearing a really beautiful kind of voice as I was seeing balls of light. I had somebody else check it out. We tweaked it a couple spots, but it's angel writing. There's photos of angels. That's why I got given all these photos of angels. That's why they keep showing up. There's more compassion, love, awareness, consciousness available for man. You just have to pay attention this much more. Call it a spiritual awakening, to quote them. Call it a spiritual awakening if you wish. Mankind's ready for more kindness, gentleness, compassion, and getting away from rat race mode. Most everyone is in rat race mode. If you're reading them on Twitter, minus that one Japanese guy who I think has passed over, but his team is still putting his quotes up. 99% of what you're reading on Twitter or X or in any social media post, unless it's spirituality based, tends to be a lot of thinking or judging. You could just put your hand up, pretend you're at a concert. You could just put your hand up right now and feel love. You could just close your eyes. If you're really good at this, at letting go, close your eyes and ask for a hug. Feel sparkle, feel warmth come in. If you yawn as a reaction, that's good. You're letting go. This is how simple it is. You could see a ball light right here go by. You're kind of sharing your space all the time, but nobody wants to interfere. To tell you anything would defeat the purpose of you living your life day to day. Pure freedom is allowing you the opportunity to experience your life. I think you'll notice that there's people, forces, organizations, groups that under the guise of morals or the guise of right and wrong, try to tell you exactly how it is and to get you to think in only one fashion. If you closely examine the thinking, I think you'll find it's just more negativity. I don't know why people want to generate more negativity. It's a complete waste of energy. It causes a lot of harm to us when we do it, causes a lot of harm to others, and it's unfortunately a huge part of mankind's history. Back to right or wrong, I'll quote angels. There's no such thing as right or wrong. There is proper understanding. So there's something to all this that as you keep letting go, your vibration goes up and up and up, and there's no stopping that. There's constant growth and learning to be had. You can call this accelerating your soul's growth if you want when you let go of what you know. That's fine. Somebody suggested that to me, and I don't disagree with it. I just think there's a lot of growth to be had. I'll read you a couple cool quotes. Here's a Winnie the Pooh quote that I think applies to everything in the spiritual industry, all of us. Some people talk to animals, not many listen, though. That's the problem, Winnie the Pooh. And I'd say that's the opportunity for growth. That's the opportunity expansion for all of us. Imagine what happens when mankind decides to listen. You can have any answer to any question, any level of detail. Whoa. There's lots of people on this globe, in Indonesia, the fishermen, Africa, that are just happy with what they've got. They're rolling beautifully day to day. And there's a gajillion people who are operating up here. Okay. A breath is a taking in of one's own placement in the present moment. A breath is life. A group of angels said that. No way I came up with that. They also said, think about improvement, not about results. I can tell you that ego is getting stuck in achievements and failures. I think it was Archangel Michael who said that. Yeah. Got it. Archangel Michael said, ego is getting lost in thoughts regarding tasks, goals, and perceived accomplishments. And then what's compassion? Archangel Raphael said, compassion is releasing fears and judgments. And then also Dull Knife, Unconditional Love Spirit Guides. Dull Knife, Richard Geronimo, there's Red Cloud, Crazy Horse, White Buffalo Calf Woman, although she's bigger than a spirit guide. Black Elk, Chief Joseph, and so on. Dolknife said, compassion is being kind to yourself and letting go of past failures and accomplishments in the now. Okay, here's another one. Red shirt, Lakota Sioux chief, who's super gentle, gentlest mom in the world. He said, mankind, what's going on with mankind? How are we going to expand? Was my question at one point. What do we need to know about mankind? Red shirt said, be keenly aware of where your emotions are in each moment. I like that one. The bottom line is you're the only one who can do this figuring out. And it has to do with getting out of here to get to here and getting to here. It's slowing your roll, hitting that, letting go of the accelerator pedal. Stop doing so much. Stop trying so much. Stop knowing so much. Just practice a little peace. Practice a little breath. Practice a little space. There's no such thing as silence. There's just stillness. There's a lot of folks telling you how it is. They're all pointing in the same direction. They all mean well. I've never met anybody who walks around. Everyone's correct. Everyone's right. I've never seen more right people, and I've never seen more spiritual community industry people. I've never seen more, what's the other thing? Right, correct. I've never seen anybody run around who says, I'm going to go waste my energy. I'm going to go waste your energy. Not a single person. And yet that's what we all manage to do on a daily basis for decades at a time. So this is about becoming more aware of your energy flows. You're already fully connected. You have a nuclear power plant here. Complete love. You're fully connected to the universe. In fact, the body knows how to heal. The body knows. The brain is this little limiting computer chip that just gets in the way with everything. Everything. You can have more fun, have your cake and eat it too. No calories in the cake. You can own the bakery, distribute cakes to everyone else, without calories, and every cake equals a smile. You can own the trucking fleet, the jet fleet that distributes the cakes. What do no limits look like for you? Find one of the angel photos. I'm not going to hold it back up again. Find one on my website, go to the show. Guests are taking a lot of steps on the show before and after taping and during the taping, but you got to wait towards the end. Usually you can take those steps as well. You have no limits. Put your hand out, feel the vibe of an angel. You'll feel it here. You'll feel it here. You'll feel it here. Try too hard. You'll feel it on your toes. And then there's one more million ways to feel sparkle, warmth, energy bump. You don't need the photos. You don't need me. Find a way to go all sacred and special here. Go still. Ask for a hug right now from your guardian angel. Get a whoosh. Get a wind in the room that's Maui. Get a single goosebump here. Feels like you're wearing a hat. Feel a hand on the shoulder. Feel yummy in the tummy. Feel sparkle. You want to see that energy? Ask for a hug that's made out of glitter and sparkle and see that light all around you. People do that all the time. The real question is, and this is the rub, what will you allow for? Your brain, the clipboard, the ego, the psyche, the big side of science today, and the big side of the spiritual industry as well. It's with the clipboard, and it is extremely limiting, and that's okay. That's just a viewpoint. Let it go. Everyone's wide open in another sense. Everyone has unlimited room for growth. Everyone has unlimited room for expansion. Everyone has unlimited room for listening, unlimited room for learning, unlimited room for fun, unlimited room for more compassion, ease, joy, sparkliness. And so that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm not trying to suggest we're all the kid out of college who's never held a job before, living in a basement, in our parents' basement. And so from that career standpoint, that perspective, that poor kid who's never held a job in his life has unlimited room for career growth. It's not quite that dire. This is meant to be positive. You have unlimited room for growth and expansion. You may not even try to use it this lifetime. You may not try to use it for the next 20 years. But at some point, life has this incredible way of popping up and reminding you it's not the way you think it is. Why? Because it's not about thinking in the slightest. In fact, thinking is a complete waste of energy 50% of the time, 80% of the time, 95% of the time. I might even argue 99.675% of the time. You'd have to ask an angel, what the actual percentage is. The last time I checked, if any thinking is good, it happens to be when you're in your heart. But Thinking that you're going to hug your dog, do a little love to your dog is not giving the love to your dog. It's just thinking. The last time I checked in about thinking, you think you're going to mow the lawn and you actually put it off for a month because you kept thinking about it. It became pretty painful thoughts, usually about delaying that mowing the lawn. It's gotten to be this tall, the grass. That's not mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn is mowing the lawn. Action is action. Taking action with no thought is compassion. I'll do a bunch more compassion definitions real quick. Jesus said compassion is open eyes and an open heart around 2014. You can see him. He's really funny. He'll tell you Jesus is big business for good reasons, not so good reasons. Abe, the Abraham of old, an angel. Compassion is not judging, taking action with no thought. Dale, an angel. Compassion is just being and trusting the outcome to be of the highest intent for all. Now, that's a big one. Allowing others to be themselves, even if they're complete jerks or worse, is tough. How do you justify that, especially if you're right and they're wrong? How do you justify the whole right or wrong thing? Gets really interesting. So I love checking in with angels because they have just the right way to say everything that you go, maybe my thinking what I thought I knew about being right or wrong, this political candidate, that political candidate, maybe I didn't know so much, as I thought I knew before. It gets really interesting because love is love. Love isn't about the details. Love is about love. Love is about allowing all to be exactly as it is right now. How is that possible? Well, there's trillions of layers of consciousness. You're somewhere on that curve, but it also fluctuates. Last Tuesday, you were wide open. You were up here. Today and yesterday and the day before were really hard days. You've been cursing at everyone. You're a little lower on the consciousness curve. You can experience more consciousness, more awareness, more fun, more sparkle, more patience, more harmony, more grace, more fun, more faith, more hope. I think you get the idea. More creativity, more inspiration. Anytime you're willing to get out of here, I'm telling you, it ain't about human knowing with all its limits, hand grenades, judgments, right, wrong, reason, this, that. Most of that's hatred, fear, up to violence, and so on. Okay, Max said, compassion is treating every moment with the awareness of a newborn baby. Millicent, another angel, said, treat all with kindness and love. My mom said, fully listening at all times. She was defining compassion. My mom's just a passed over, reconciled loved one, not an angel, not a spirit guide or a guide. My dad said, love where you are and trust all is good. And then Mother Teresa said, compassion is not dependent on any one person's happiness. She also said, laughter is love. And what else did she say? She's wonderful. She gets judged a lot these days. She and Sylvia Brown are like, we can take care of ourselves. Love is love. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You don't have to be judging everyone else. You don't have to, even if that neighbor 20 houses down is a complete jerk, 99 other people in the community would sign the petition agreeing that Joe is a complete jerk. You don't have to repeat that. You don't have to reinforce the negativity with your own negativity. That's what you're doing when you're judging. Wayne Dyer had a great one. When you judge others, you basically stick it on you. I'll see if I can find that quote. But ego is a temporary lack of compassion. Angel said that. Faith is not knowing in life while letting go and loving. Angel said that. And I've defined faith as religious, not religious. It's the same letting go. I don't care if you're religious, not religious. This isn't about religion, philosophy, whatever. Faith is about willingness to get out of here to get to here. You could be the number one attorney, number one scientist, number one plumber, the number one engineer in London, Bangladesh, wherever, and not know this for 50 years. It's tough going, tough sledding. Awareness is empowering. Plato said this. Life has many mini missions. Once one is complete, the next one becomes apparent. Dale, the angel, said this. How is listening to and seeing angels unique nowadays? Well, the Abraham of old said this in 2015, Abe. He answered, listening to and seeing angels helps teach self-awareness and confidence within. I like that. Ego is what helps one fade from the present. It blocks happiness. Chogyam Trungpa, Tibetan Buddhist monk, another figure sometimes who gets some criticism. He's unconditional love. He's awesome. The journey is real. That's your life journey, your expansion, your growth when you're here, what you're meant to do when you came in to be the person you are right now. The journey is real, more real than the waking dream of your usual life. Pay attention. He said that in 2020. Now, conditional thinking, judging, knowing, fear, worry, stress, reacting, rejecting, and so on. Conditional thinking, everything from the neck up, is what promotes limits in each person's life. Few realize this. Angels said that. Confidence will grow as you begin to own the process of letting go and being. Angels said that. For individuals, an egoless path would be great, but it's just not realistic. Allow ego to serve as a reminder when it pops up. A reminder for what you decide. More fun, breathing, to get your toes in the grass, to go smell the flowers, to hug your dog, wash the car, but to enjoy washing the car. What are you going to let your ego serve as a reminder for? Instead of embracing your ego and wailing on this group, wailing on that group, judging, being in the right and they're in the wrong, instead of dealing in that type of currency or negative currency or no currency or unlove, why waste the time on doing negativity? You have to figure this out. If you're looking at at the war level, the conflicts going on around the globe, and you think you're not part of that, your thinking is the same energy that's the conflict stuff going on in the big picture. I'm not saying you're directly responsible for firing an intercontinental ballistic missile, but I am saying careful with big sweeping judgments. If you're practicing more love and patience and kindness and humor, you're practicing more love, kindness, patience, humor, compassion. That's all there is. Once you learn the difference between this and this, you're off to the races, even if you're a tortoise and it takes you another 10 years to take the next 10 steps. You're still making progress on that unique life path, your personal journey, your personal pursuit of happiness, which is right here. The universe is ready to hand you a treasure map with a big X on the map, and there's this route. And that X on the map is right here. You're the treasure. You get to discover yourself. You get to discover what makes loving, living so much fun. You get to be a sparkly, bright beacon for others. Try to enjoy the ride more. That's all I can say. Look, don't listen to this stuff at all. Go hit my website. You know how few people ever check out the website. Go watch the shows. You've got these incredible people coming on from all walks of life, from all around the globe, who are actually taking steps with angels in the weeks, months, moments before the show, doing so after usually, and then doing so on air. Take the steps with them if you need actual help. Go get the Listening to Angels book for $7.99 at Amazon. Amazon.com/author/angels. You don't need any of this though, although the book really helps. It's step by step. And it also has a troubleshooting section. It's got an appendix, big picture. Why is this even possible for mankind right now? Long overdue, if you ask me. I mean, I think we've obliterated 150 million fellow human beings in the last 150 years. 150 million humans put to death for ideology. And I think we're seeing ideology off the charts now. Ideology this, ideology that. You got to think this way. You have to use these types of words. You can't use these words. You can't do this. You got to do this. There's only one way to think. There's only one way to be. I'm not trying to tell you that. I'm just trying to tell you, if you get away from words, get away from all the experts, everybody, all of them, unless they're talking about love. Find your own center. You are already Einstein. You're already Wayne Dyer. You're already Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad combined in terms of your ability to let go and love. You'll be surprised where you go the second you let go. You'll be surprised at your own glow. You can see it on your hands. Again, the second you let go and just trust more, worry less, smile more, think less. Fear less, breathe more. I think you get the idea. Look, have fun with this. I'll do one last act. Let me break all my structure if you want to rub your hands in a circle. Give yourself a really big break. Take 5 deep breaths like you're at a yoga class with a really mean instructor. If you're still thinking about something, you're reacting to the pitch of my voice. I use the word vegetable, and you don't like the word vegetable. Now you're all stressed out. Let it go. Exhale like a whale, whatever it is. Get loosey-goosey. Get to your heart. You can feel my energy, only my highest intent, not the side of me that has to pay the bills, reacts to rejection, does thinking, just the highest intent, fun side. Feel what you can feel, even if this is 2 years in the future. Feel my energy come through 2 screens. No time and space. Try to remember this. You know this from a class that's boring. A 1-hour class felt like 15 minutes or 2 hours, or your vacation. 1 week felt like a month, or 1 week went by in 2 days. Feel what you can feel. See a ball of light either in your room or at my room behind me here. And if you want to feel a little whoosh of rainbow light come to you, why not? Now, play this again if you had any difficulty, but this time do a request. Hey, angels, get me out of my head. Get me into my heart. Help me feel whatever the heck he was doing for an exercise. Let me feel some sparkle on my hand, and let me feel a rainbow whoosh up my back when he did the hand move. I don't know. You have to figure this out. You're the only one who can. Whatever you do not allow others to dictate your well-being or anything in your life, to be honest. Own your own path. Do your own listening. Let me read you one little bit out of my book. This is my short little book, not my 1,300-page glow stick Zen book that just is meant to help you out of your thinking. It's more like 3,300 pages. Don't even bother with that book. Why is being the key to all of this? Being is believing in all. Being is to do compassion for all too. Just get here, out of words, breathe, walk, exercise, be at peace. You're doing it all. That's it. You do not need to be like anyone else, be you. Smile more, think less. Do not permit others to dictate your well-being. Own your own being in life. Love more and allow more. You can be happy now in this very moment without a single reason. Again, this is why it's not about words or concepts. Hello, spiritual industry, which are often just another form of egoic thinking. Always keep releasing so as to not allow walls to be rebuilt. Ego. What to release exactly is never that important. Those are more mere details. Keep releasing. Ego likes to judge everything and build walls. Ego likes to offer knowing as a form of false security. Step away from this and return to a peaceful life. Follow your path in life one step at a time. Enjoy it. Let go of perfectionist or defined behaviors such as roles. Embrace the awesome life given to you and each one of us. Just be. Listen to everything, for everything around you is always your instruction. Love is in everything. Open your eyes to find love. There's only one life, not two. Be in the moment. Compassion is within all too. There are just many levels of awareness in man. Everyone can grow. Let go to expand your own awareness level. See how when you let go, you become lighter and free. Your energy brightens and you feel alive. Believe, 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 believe with an exclamation point. Trust this is so and it will be so. This is what faith, religious and non-religious, is about. Not knowing in life while letting go and loving. Just trust that all is well right now. The more you practice your heart, the more you practice love, the more you practice unconditionality, the more you practice timelessness, the more you practice no limits, the more you are those very qualities. That's the whole point of this diatribe. I don't think I've ever used that word before in one of these. So have fun, let go, ditch everything I just said, go back to the drawing board. If you could like this, though, if you could share it, if you could comment, you would not believe how much fun this algorithm has been. I have all the opportunity for growth and fun when it comes to YouTube, this algorithm, the amazing opportunities on YouTube, and how much this show can grow. So thank you for subscribing. Let's hit 2,000, 20,000, 200,000, 2 million, and 20 million subscribers, whenever that's going to happen. Most of all, thank you very much. You can set your intent, though, as you get off. We're not used to operating in no limits. We're, in fact, pretty much always wheeling and dealing in limits all the time. Try to find 3 no limits statements to the universe. Hey, I could use more fun in the coming week. I could use more humor. It could be, well, I'm stuck in traffic on the metro. I could use 3 amazing people who cross my path that make my day. I could use this. I could use that. And then try to practice just more peace, harmony, flow, joy, hope, faith, humor, whatever you'll allow for. That's the rub. What are you allowing for? Okay, Michael André Ford here in Texas. I gave it my best try. Thank you very much. Again, like, share, subscribe, comment on the one thing that did resonate. Appreciate it.